Look at that, not a drop. Decal scrubber things. You know what works better than that scrubber wheel? Solv It. It literally comes right off. This is amazing. What's up, everyone? Today we're just going to be doing a few things in the shop again. Kind of a vlog day, but gotta change oil on the Integra. I got a dash mat for it. I gotta do something or try something to the Toyota Pickup. So it's just gonna be a little random day, I guess. But figured I'd just bring you guys along with some maintenance things and some future plans. So I already left this in here overnight. The reason I do that is with B series. If you leave the car like overnight or like 4 hours or something, all the oil in the filter drains out, so then when you take it off it doesn't go all down your arm or all over the exhaust. So just a quick tip there, it just makes it so much more cleaner. Can't do that with K series. I feel like I never have the GS-R on the channel or on my Instagram, so I figured this will be an excuse to at least have it on here again. The reason being, I literally just daily drive it ever since I fixed all the issues with it, like what was it, a year and a half ago or something, and then painted it. I've just been daily driving it. Had a couple little issues here and there, but it's been a good car. A lot of work, but it's been a good car. I just daily drive this in my Toyota. All over my hand. Hopefully soon enough we'll be able to put some modifications into it. I actually had Max Speeding Rods hit me up to do an overview video on their products. They basically said whatever products I want to do, they'll give me a huge discount on, but I just haven't had the money to buy the stuff, even though they're getting me a giant discount. So hopefully soon we'll be able to do some modifications to this car and just put it on the channel again here and there. But that'd be sweet, because I actually was going to try Max Speeding Rods coilovers anyways, because I hear really good stuff about them and they're super cheap. So hopefully one of these days, I don't know, gotta get some cars moving. And now watch this trick. No oil will get on your hand any day now. These things are so long. There we go. Look at that, not a drop. That's what I love about B series right there. You just let it sit for a little bit, and then it doesn't dump all over you or the back of your block or the exhaust. It's just a way cleaner way to do it. See how the sky looks foggy? It's not even that bad now, but like the last 2 days it's been pretty bad. You couldn't even see anything. It was actually dark because there is a forest fire about 6 miles from my house, so it has been terribly smoky out here. But luckily they got most of it put out, so hopefully I'll be safe, maybe. I always use manufacturer filters on my vehicles, like Honda. I'll use Honda filters, and then for my Toyotas, I use Toyota filters. They're super cheap from the dealership, and you're putting OEM quality on it. So best filters you can buy straight from the dealership. Don't buy the ones online, because there's a lot of fake ones that actually be made in like Taiwan or something. So yeah, get the ones right from the dealer. And I always use Mobile One and full synthetic, obviously, in this car, because it has over 200,000 miles on it. But this is literally the best oil you can buy for your car. There's so many tests that have been done on it. People that I know that race have always used this stuff. But yeah, use Mobile One and OEM filters. You can use Mobile One filters too, they're pretty good, but yeah, I like the blue. I really got to clean the engine bay up on this thing again one of these days. I got to clean up the whole car, but I'm not even going to bother until I get my other truck back that I've been waiting on for 15 months now. Because my dog rides in here and it just gets dirty anyways and hair everywhere, so there's no point in continuing to detail it every month. On a side note, this valve cover gasket that I got is complete trash. All these grommets are already leaking. Valve cover is leaking on the back. I don't even remember what brand it was, but it's only been on here for I think it's been like a year and a half since I did everything to this car. So trash. So next I want to put one of these in. Usually I don't really like dash mats in like a sporty car, but I want to save the dash on here because it is already starting to crack, but this thing's been in Montana forever. Yeah, it's got a crack right there. Crack has been there since I got the car, but I just don't want it to get any worse than it already is. I still have to scrub this from, there's a sticker on there from when I bought the car, and it just bake the sticky stuff on there, but whatever. This will cover it up, so send it. I got the nice suede one too. I don't really like the carpet ones because they have a weird, I don't know, they're kind of abrasive. So this one at least looks nicer. And this is what I mean by the dang dog hair. Just everywhere. And I just vacuumed the car out not too long ago, but man, she is a passenger princess, I'll tell you that. And I just vacuumed the car out not too long ago. She just is shedding like crazy, especially because I got her groomed. So getting groomed on top of this is just, yeah, she always sheds really bad after getting groomed. But it's worth it because I love my dog like crazy. And like I said, she literally goes everywhere with me as long as the weather's not too hot or too cold or whatever. And that's another thing, if I ever get my truck back, I'm gonna clean this up nicer. I got actually nicer seats for it that aren't ripped and stuff like that. So I'm gonna fix up this car more, but I'm just dailing the crap out of it right now. So it's just in beater mode. The Integra dash is just kind of weird for a dash cover too. So it's not the greatest looking thing, but like I said, I just want to protect it. See, when I'm in this side, my seat's not nearly as bad because she just sits here and in the back. So yeah, my OCD goes crazy, but whatever, we'll just not think about it. Not too shabby. Alright, now that that's all done, I'll pull this out, pull the Toyota in. Alright, so what I want to do with this today, or at least attempt to do, is get rid of these pinstripes, because as you know, or if you don't know, I plan on painting this thing, and I was taking these stripes off the door, and it was a pain in the butt, taking a razor blade to it. And obviously you got to down to the metal, so I just threw some primer on there, but such a pain in the butt. Door and bed weren't that bad, but like once you get up here, there's pinstriping like in the crease, so it's so difficult to get to. So I bought one of these decal scrubber things, and maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I don't know if this is the right use for it, but we will attempt it. My drill is also from like the 1800s, so it's not the greatest thing to use, but we'll see what happens. I think this thing is a bust. There we go. You just have to really push on it for it to start working. So I'm gonna attempt to do this real quick, slowly but surely. Might have had to buy a couple of them. I don't know how long this is gonna last. You know what works better than a scrubber wheel? When you don't care about your paint, a heat gun and a razor blade coming off way easier. That thing just takes too much time. I don't even know what it's actually used for. I see people use it to remove decals, and either this stuff is just baked down there like crazy or something. I don't know. So I'm just gonna do heat gun, razor blade, and I just, like I said, don't care about the paint. It's a beater farm truck, so yeah, let's get this done. I might have to start this or finish this tomorrow because there is a storm rolling in. Alright, it's the next day. I just started trying to use this thing on even like the sticky stuff here, and it's not even getting that off. So I don't know, maybe I'm using this thing for the wrong situation, but yeah, we're just going to continue with the heat gun and razor blade because I don't care about my paint. I just want this off. So as soon as I get my other truck back, I'm going to sand this thing down and get it ready to paint. Alright, yeah, that literally took like 5 minutes maybe. So I'm going to do something about the sticky stuff. I'll probably use like goof off or whatever, see how that works after, but I'm going to do the other side quick. This stuff's going to be a little weirder to get off because I painted over pinstripes, so this might be kind of a pain in the butt. Oh, it's not that bad actually. once you heat it up, it comes off so much easier. Alright, got all that off. It was kind of a pain in the butt because it was at like a angle in this crease, but got it off. I'm gonna sand it a little bit and just throw a little bit of primer on there just so it doesn't rust in case I went down to the bare metal on some of that. But before I do that, I want to see if I have goo gone. We'll take that stuff off quick. No, I do. I got both of these things. I don't remember which one worked better, so we'll test it out real quick. Also, when I sand that spot on the fender, I'm gonna do a little color test. My theory is I want to do a black primer with this tan top coat, and then I'm going to do a clear over this. I'm not going to do the clear today, but I just want to make sure that this tan can cover up the black primer. That way I don't just go into this head first when I do end up painting the truck and then find out that this isn't like thick enough or whatever to cover the black. So we'll test that out in a few minutes. Actually, now that I remember, I think this is what I used on that RT four-wheel drive wagon. I was taking all the rice off of it for, that was a long time ago. I think that was like 2 years ago. I don't remember. But you just kind of let it sit here for a minute, and then it tends to come off pretty easily. Alright, well that didn't do anything. I was just sitting here scrubbing. So maybe it was this other stuff. I can't even remember. It's been so long. So we'll try this one, and hopefully that helps. Okay, yeah, that stuff works way better. It's starting to do something. So if you're trying to get decal sticky stuff off, dissolve it. And if you don't care about your paint like me, it literally comes right off. This is amazing. You could also use a like a plastic razor, but mine are all messed up from a lot of use. So yeah, this is amazing. 10 out of 10. Recommend this. Right off, dude. Alright, got that all cleaned up. And got this side cleaned up more than I was even gonna try, but it was just so easy to get off that I just went all the way. I even took the primer off because it's just an overspray. So that's pretty good. So now I'm gonna sand this quick with a sander, and I'm not doing it outside because it is so hot out right now. Yeah, we'll just do a little test patch on the spray paint. Alright, I just figured since I had to do primer right here on this fender anyways because there's bare metal, I'll just experiment on this fender. I'm not going to do the whole fender. I'm just going to literally just do like a splotch here. I don't care how ugly it is. I mean, look at the rest of the truck. So I'm going to cover the tire and maybe that and call it good. I'm only doing 2 quick coats of the black primer just because I'm going to have to sand through all this again anyways, but I just want that solid black base before I test that. Now we'll go for some tan. So there's one coat. As you can see, this stuff right here, how it's like, I don't even know what the technical word is, but it's all like abrasive right there. I think that's because it is too hot out to paint right now. It is literally like 95, 98 degrees. So I can at least still get a rough estimate about the paint, but unfortunately it is way too hot out today. But even the one coat, as you can see, like up top where it's smoother, it covered pretty well for just one little quick coat. So I think I'll be good doing the tan over the black. So weird how the eyes make things look weird. Like the tan makes that look yellow now, even though that looked tan before. Yeah, I don't know what is going on with this stuff. This is a second coat, but it's dry up here and it's just like powder. So I think that's to do with how hot it is out here. I mean, the top powder comes off and it's tan underneath. It's so weird. And I tried to do it really close right here. Obviously you can see it. My finger twitched right there, but it's smoother just doing it like really, really close to the paint, or to the surface rather. It came out like that, so I don't know what is going on here. I think it's just way too hot out for this paint to work. So I'm gonna have to try this on a cooler day. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap up the video here. Sorry, it's kind of like a random mixture of things, but I was just trying to get stuff done and experiment with that before I have to actually paint it, and kind of glad I did, because now I gotta really make sure that it's just the temperature doing that with the paint, or if there's something else weird with it, because it's a flat paint, but it shouldn't be like powdery like that. That's usually what happens when it's hot and you're trying to paint like primer. I've done that a lot with primer before, so anyways, if you did like the video, appreciate a like. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date with the builds and the projects. And follow me on Instagram, Conjo_brothers, if you want to see more on there, sneak peeks and all that sort of stuff. Also hit me up if you want stickers. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. That color is going to look sweet though if I can get it to work.